then there's that. It's already in? Yeah. All right, I got some babysitting. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Blamed out for the really uncomfortable chairs. And I have this cushion underneath mine.
He's sitting on the floor.
Sometimes
Just saying, these chairs, when you're sitting here for hours, are not wonderful. But council has been in session since 3 o'clock this afternoon, discussing executive session items. There were some changes to the agenda that was posted publicly. The one, if you picked one up on your way in, does reflect many of those corrections. However, the publicly posted agenda did not reflect a couple of discussions from executive session related to loans that the council or tribal government currently have with Choctaw Nation, and also pending federal legislation that impacts the tribe. We also removed a U.S. Forest Service permit request that was managed internally, and we added an item related to gift card policy waiver for the Treaty Day celebration next week. Regarding the items under executive session, item 4.1, there was no action taken. Regarding item 4B, council did take action on the October 2025 cash flow budget for the amount of $645,500. Motion by Butch and second by Rick, with all council members voting in favor. The council did take action on item 4C, the gaming compliance report for August 2025 with attachments as presented. Motion by Butch, seconded by Laura, all in favor. Council did not take any action on the Gaming Commission report from August 2025. Would you like to take action to accept and file that report?
I'll make a motion to approve the Gaming Commission report for August 2025. Second.
Motion by Butch, second by David. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Council did take action under item 4E. There was a legal discussion. They took action as discussed in executive discussion. In addition, there was a service line agreement as presented for the transportation building power source. Motion by David, second by Rick. Was everyone in favor? Item F, 4F on the agenda, the council needs to take action as discussed and presented regarding staff attorney contracts. We need council action still.
I'll make a motion to approve those contracts as presented.
Second. The motion is by Rick and second by Misty. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carried. Item 4G, which was related to the Shakopee loans, there was no action, only discussion by council at this time, and also related to 4H, which is federal legislation impacting the tribal government. There was no action, only discussion. Moving on to our regular agenda items. We've got Sammy. Item number 7, community comments and announcements. Is there anyone who would like to provide community comment or announcement? If not, we're going to move on the agenda to the Requiem Lemoy drum group, and I see a number of representatives here. Thank you all for being patient and joining us this evening. We are prepared to have a discussion. So thank you in advance for getting on the agenda. It does help us prepare.
Come on. Plenty of microphone. I put an extra table up for you.
first off, I just want to say how proud I am of these women. There's about 20 of us that are going to be going to LA, and all these women have worked really hard with fundraising, showing up hours on hours to fundraise, cook, cake, and a lot of them have donated their own monies to assist with some of the fundraising that we've done. And I just want to say these women are very, very amazing in their commitment to really believe in our mission to sing for the wellness of our communities and for each other. So I went over I did do a budget. We were able to raise $8,180 for our fundraisers, food sales, our raffles, our 50/50 sales, our bingo and economic sales. And we are truly grateful for all those that have showed up and supported us in our fundraising efforts. We also have been receiving financial donations on our GoFundMe page in the amount of $3,882, and 1,000 of that was from the Red Cliff Health Center. We have purchased our air flights for all of us, 20 people, 20 flights round trip. We paid for our Airbnb hotel and hotel in LA, and our hotel in Minneapolis and Sequoia. And that amount paid $11,698.17. We still have to raise $4,851, and that includes meals at 35 a day times 6 days times 20 women. We also received a private donation for $1,000 to help with food costs while in LA, so that brings the total down to $3,200. We're working on a van rental cost of $1,651 while we're in LA. We have people donated a van for us to get to Minneapolis, and so that we greatly appreciate that because that eliminated the cost of $1,500 for the van rental from Duluth to Minneapolis. So my friend in Monica, who is one of our host while in LA, was working on getting a reduced cost or no cost for a van. She was in the process of working on that today, and will get back to me as soon as she finds out. We also received an anonymous donation of $500 Visa card to cover our costs for gas while we're out there, and that'll cover our trip to Sequoia National Park. And we also was notified by Sequoia National Park that because we are Native American and we have our tribal IDs, we will get into Sequoia National Park for free, so that eliminated that cost. We are hoping they have a tribal liaison there that's going to meet us there, and we'll do the first ceremony while we're at Sequoia National Park. We still have some more fundraising over the next 3 weeks before we go. So we're asking for people to show up and support us. We have a fishnet raffle. I think Elise was doing that fishnet raffle this weekend at the Red Cliff Days. I don't know how much you guys raised so far with that.
chili?
No, just for you.
Madam Chair, would they be able to talk with the administration, see if this 2,000 could work into the budget?
Yeah, if council wants to seek action on that, we are prepared to seek the resources
I
for.
would make a motion to work with the county on that $2,000.
Second.
And I thank all of you ladies for what you do. I'm impressed.
So everyone's chomping at the bit to be able to make a motion, but in discussion, we'll just say that we see all of our, we see all around us coming. Honestly, that's the best, most productive investment of any dollar that we can attach any loan to. And so we see that, we feel it, we hear it, beautiful. So just really all the work is so meaningful. And there's no amount of money that we can attach to that. But if we can support this and just the beauty that's going to come from traveling together, that's going to be exciting on its own. Our governing body is prepared to support. And thank you so much for all the hard work, because we don't have $18,000 to contribute, just to be honest. But when it comes down to funding an unmet need and seeing that there's no way our governing body is not going to find a way to help support that, whether it's money out of our own pockets, probably. I think I'd probably cough it up. So we are nothing but supportive of the work and can work with our treasurer to figure out the details and the logistics to make the counts. I have a second by motion by David, second by Misty. In discussion?
Discussion on the motion, we do have the resources to provide the full 2,000, so to the motion makers,
Yes.
Yes.
yep,
Up to
okay.
2,000.
Up to 2,000.
Yes.
So 2,000. So that's what the motion would be.
We didn't vote yet.
All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Be good. Can you just because we have recording on or the broadcast as well.
I just want to add that I'm truly grateful for what you guys do, and truly grateful for all the women that have come together and created this. When we started this, we did have a donation we did have a donation from some wonderful people at July 5 that wanted to donate hands down like a lump sum of money. And as a group collectively, we said from the beginning that, we can't accept that. We have to do what we have to do for ourselves, and if this trip is meant to happen, then it will happen for all 5 reasons, even those reasons that are bigger than us, even for those reasons that are bigger than us as a group. Because it is about sharing that games and sharing that love, what these things bring to us in a community and how they spread. I witnessed it, and I witnessed it every day, but I witnessed it at the events this past weekend, how just a little bit can go a long way. And you can feel that in our community, it's starting to come together, it's starting to feel that the same way. And even if the decisions and differences may be at different levels, that's okay. Those things are okay. And we're still here,
types of raffles and fundraising events that you decided that this was a goal that you wanted. And that's always near and dear to my heart. I would have called the bingo, but I had a wedding. We know. But what I felt guilty of like, you know, are you being okay? But anyway, what I was trying to get at is the core group that you have now, right? You're going to go out on your trip and you're going to come back. I don't know that you realize how affected community women are that aren't part of the group right now. That we're like, darn, we really wish I could have. So my offering to you is, how big do you want to get in terms of a collect, right? To bring that to fruition, put it out there that say, hey, if anybody willing to come, because it is being seen out there. There's regret that they didn't join right off the bat, work that way or whatever, you know. So, and maybe there's kids groups that will foster up with that. So, I think the sky is the limit for the capacity that you can do for the good of yourselves and everybody. And so, yeah, I just wanted to tell you that.
I know that today I got a call from a member and I invited, and that's what we do, is we invite any woman that wants to come. They don't have to carry a drum. They can come. We have rattles if they want to use a rattle. Come and join us, and we talk about the healing that comes in. And there was a couple of women from this area that had called. And I mean, and it is spreading because now on the 30th, I've been asked, along with Nelder and Bad River, to sit with a group of women to teach them the hand drum teachings and how to make their hand drums. And, you know, walking in that prophecy of women, you know, stepping into that responsibility that the drums were gifted to the women and the women gifted it to the men for our doing. And so we're aware of you know, the work that we face and that we're inclusive and that anyone that wants to join us is welcome to do that. And who knows, maybe they'll be going on another trip down the road.
I think, I'd like to say is, I believe that now, being the teacher, the healers, it's going to be pretty important, you know. We all learn in our own ways, in our communities. We'll see you, and I want to thank you, Big Gene Rich.
And we meet Thursdays right here in this building at 5. Anybody wants to come check it out? Just come check it out. If you feel like singing, we can sing with us. If you feel like going, we can join with us. If you feel like sitting there and listening, we can sit there. Liz, everybody.
I just wanted to add something. I haven't been able to see you guys in person, but I did see some of your live videos and how empowering that was to see you women collectively together like that. And one day I was watching one of your videos during my lunch break at school, and the song that I knew from back in the day, you guys were singing and it got stuck in my head. And so when I went back into my classroom, I was singing that song, just kind of walking around the classroom and stuff in my head, and I was singing it very softly, and a couple of my students knew those songs because they sang with you, and so together we were just, and the calmness, you get pretty crazy in the classroom with the calmness that kind of just spread throughout the classroom, but just that song was pretty powerful, so I want to thank you guys for that, because without what you guys are doing, that wouldn't have been possible for that to happen. Secondly, I would like to consider maybe having you guys open up for one of our council meetings. I think that would be amazing for that to happen. To be one of our openings, to do some of our openings. Open it up in a good way.
Thank you, ladies. If someone wants to connect back with me and we can work together on getting some. You would?
You're welcome to stay if not, not good to the evening. which has clarification that the item under 4E, if the service line agreement that meets resolution number 92325A. David?
I make a motion to.
No, you already approved that, but I'm just clarifying that we need to add the,
Double motion.
okay, 2225A.
Which now has the down.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for that, because we have a resolution later on. Which has item 9A as August 13th, 14th, and 19th, 2025 tribal council minutes for your consideration.
I'll make a motion to approve the August 13th, 14th, and August 19th, council minutes with changes that can be.
I'll second it.
Motion by Rick and second by Laura. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Moving on to new business, item 11, we have the treasurer's financial status report for August 2025 treasurer report.
Good evening, council. In your packet, I did send the summary for the FSR for the month ending in August. I did cut some of the stuff out. And I'm not sure if you guys had time to go through it and if you had questions on it. I see we have two of the administrators here.
Lana's here.
Oh, Lana's here, okay.
I just want to reinforce that the finance department is still down one primary accountant and Christensen has been stepping in to help fulfill some of the needs across from the health service division over to helping TNR. So more to come on that work, but Michael is doing a great job in assisting with his extended duties at the health services. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Laura,
Yeah.
are the divisions coming through on timelines like you were asking them? Is it moving along better?
Yeah. The accountants are actually meeting with the division administrator, and I do attend as many meetings as I can. The clinic, Michael is the one that does the clinic and the TNR, so I haven't been involved in the meeting. But as you see in the report and stuff, the clinic and the TNR budgets, especially the TNR budget, is really starting to clean up here. The health fund, basically speaks for itself. I mean, really many comments or highlights, because I know Michael does such a good job up there at cleaning everything up. If not, I'm sure Diane will make sure that she gets on top of that.
And all the
Thank you.
extensions for VA funds were submitted to carry over the
Yeah.
balance of VA contracts. September will be a very thorough, much more thorough report, and then at the October retreat, we'll have a more in-depth conversation about cost recoveries for 2025 and the plan for 26, particularly related to direct costs and facility maintenance.
And September would also be one of the FSRs you should watch, because that is technically supposed to tell you what monies will be going back, what monies won't carry over or whatever, like some of our state grants, if we don't spend them all within this year. It should say on the left side or the right side of the FSR, the dollar amounts that went back. And so September would be the really good one to watch for, because that's the end of the fiscal year. And I want to say, even though the monies that do go back, we still have, what is it, 90 days to reconcile them? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have 90 days to reconcile.
abstention, Laura, motion is carried. Next on our agenda, item 12, Redcliffe Fishery concrete pads bid acceptance. Make that, I cannot. It's a lot.
I think this is the first time I ever saw one.
I've never seen him on the agenda. Stan didn't even know that's my baby brother.
Just had a go baby brother.
He is my baby brother forever.
Yep, right, there you go.
Council does have a copy of all the materials, and they have a briefing on what the suggested action is today related to Northwest Builders in the amount of $148,480.
Yep. So, just seeing if the Northwest Builders. Any questions?
There's no questions, council. I'm going to make a motion to approve the Northwest Builders as a contractor for the concrete pads at the fish hatchery in the amount of $148,482.
I'll second that motion.
Motion is by Rick and second by Missy. Are there any questions? Discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Thank you.
Thanks, Lance.
Well worth the wait.
Yeah.
Formalities.
Your dad would be proud of you.
Thank you, baby.
See, chum.
Yep, see ya.
Item 13 on the agenda, proposal to apply for farm aid grant. Alyssa, council does have a copy of all materials in your request.
You got it.
Yeah, this is a small grant from our aid that we've received for the past couple of years. We were considering whether to apply, and from this grant, we'll be able to supporting our sliding scale contribution model for our safety.
Any questions for Alyssa, council? It's up to $10,000 at MNIDC allowable.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by David, second by Angie. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Thank you, Alyssa.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Have a good night. You're welcome to stay. You're leaving. Item 14 on our agenda, Aiken Road reconstruction bid acceptance. Doug, you got a big ticket item tonight,
Doug, again?
Holy mackerel, this one's a big one.
It's a road.
It's a whole road.
Yeah, so this was kind of a carryover from Jeff, actually. Jeff had started this process, proposing to repay the local ARPA funds. With the advent of the elder buildings going up over there, we had to add stormwater control on that road and a walking path also. So it's quite a big project. It'll be beautiful when it's done. It did go out for bid. The same contractors who were recommending is building the older buildings right now, which will probably cut the cost down quite a bit because we're already there mobilized, so it's better equipment.
Any questions for Doug? The funds are already available and allowable. This is part of the sealed bid process, is that the council must approve the selected vendor over $100,000.
Just one question, Doug, what's the timeline on completion?
We won't let them blacktop until the construction is done, so it'll be spring, summer
Okay.
of next year. They'll have to start ripping it up fairly soon for the stormwater, though, so they might get that piping in this year.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the contractor, Negan Associates. Morton?
Morton Construction.
They're just the bidders.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I misread it. construction in the amount of $664,437.
Second.
We have a motion by Rick and a second by David. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 15 on our agenda is consideration to apply for the Title VI grant application and needs assessment. I see Sarah is online.
Bonjour, Council. I'm sorry I can't be there tonight. I'm on my way back from a Holcomb Tribal Adult Protective Services Conference. I'm asking for approval of the resolution to apply for the Title VI grant, approximately $100,000 a year for Part A, and also apply for Part C, and with that, permission to perform the needs assessment.
I don't know that everyone necessarily knows what Title VI grant is, and there was no supporting documentation besides the resolution. So do you want to maybe just tell them what the Title VI grant is and what it covers, because there's also no budget.
Oh, I thought I sent that, sorry, in the packet, but, yeah, the Title VI grant is Older American Act funding. It comes from the federal government and goes out to all the federally recognized tribes, but we still have to apply for it every 3 years. So it's something we have gotten for many, many years. Part A supports, that's the larger chunk, and that supports the nutrition services. And Part C is a smaller chunk. That supports caregivers. And my plan with the funding is to use it for only food and wages for nutrition staff and for the elderly meals. For Part A.
Well, this budget is for Part A only?
Yes, so I have never seen the Part C funding. I don't know how much there's no notice of opportunity. The ACL is kind of in shambles currently. So I just got an email from them saying we could apply, but I don't know what Part C will look like, so there's no budget.
I don't have any, concerns. Council action on consideration. About 315,000 over 3 years.
I'll make a motion to approve.
There's a motion by David,
I'll second.
second by Laura. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries, and we need a resolution number, please.
Resolution 9/23/25B.
Thank you, Sarah.
You wish.
Council, next on the agenda, you'll see Butch has asked or decided that committees and board selections per our existing policy be considered in open session. We have been in the practice the last year or two of those discussions in executive because they are often related to people who are existing staff, and it results in council not being able to have personnel discussions. And so we can consider this evening having discussion on the openings, and if we need to go into executive, we also can do that. But the first one on your list is Johnson O'Malley Parent Committee. We have one opening, and we have
according to the documentation that Stan provided in the newsletter today, which I tried to keep up to date on. So as of the last meeting, I thought there was an opening for that, but we do have vacancies for the alternates that we need to fill.
So one opening for the regular seat and then,
No,
oh, it's just two openings on the alternates.
right,
So this position, this person, if approved, would be appointed as an alternate?
that is correct. Yeah,
And they are eligible, I assume?
yes.
You have to be a guardian or a parent of a current student ages 3 through 12 attending Bayfield School. But again, we can't have those discussions really necessarily in open session. We just are under the assumption that was presented to us that they are eligible. So they would be approved as an alternate if council would like to consider the applicant.
This is an alternate.
Yeah.
Alternate for the Johnson O'Malley Parent Committee.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by David. You're welcome to say who the people are.
Okay, I make a motion to approve Lori Butterfield's application.
As an alternate. Just want to make sure.
That's
Motion by David, second by Misty. Any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item B on the boards and committee selection is the housing board. These seats are open October 1 for a term. And we have 4 applicants before you for consideration.
I think we can leave it when we actually have 5. We start.
We are, so Mark, we have an application from Mark Duffy, an application from Chris Boyd, Nora Cadat, and Lori Butterfield.
We do have to support.
Mark Duffy and Nora Cadat would be the incumbents who are currently on the board, so their terms are up for consideration. If council would like to have a ballot, a secret ballot vote, I am supportive. So please just write down your 2 selections, pass them over to Butch. Maybe write down your top 3 in case you have a tie. And I don't think you vote, but if there's a tie.
Like 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, your top 1, 2, 3.
Mark Duffy, Boyd, Nora Cadal, and Lori Butterfield.
Oh, I get it.
She's in with the.
It's really important that if people are applying for committees, I think we should reinforce that they should provide any documentation that they want the council to consider, especially if we're not having a discussion about candidates. So whatever they want to provide to reinforce their application to be on a board is really important because these documents don't necessarily provide that comprehensively. And so executive discussion often allows people to talk about experience.
Yeah,
What do you do?
like total votes. We asked for the top three, not in numerical order, but in importance. Who would you be? So she just finished. She just finished.
She's the third choice. Almost all of them.
So what were the top?
Just read the top.
We can do the top. I'll top. Three, two. Yep.
Just the top two.
Well, that's more definitive.
That's how I would. That's how I would. You don't have to. So the results, you could have which just now.
Okay, the results of the secret ballot amongst the tribal council. Mark Duffy received 5 votes. Chris Boyd received 4 votes. Nora Cadan received 1 vote. Lori Butterfield received 2 votes. So the top 2 vote getters are Mark Duffy and Chris Boyd. So I will make a motion to appoint Mark Duffy and Chris Boyd to the River Housing Authority board.
The motion is by Butch. The second is by Angie. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. The next item on the committee board selections are utility commission. We have 1 opening and 2 applicants. One applicant from Mike Stulier, the other applicant from Larry Garrigan. We are open to a secret vote ballot if you would like to again. And remember, you don't have to cast a vote for any of them. It's up to council what you would like to do. I've never done that before. So.
Go ahead. I'll spread them.
Do you have paper? Okay, I was gonna take a reminder now.
Do we have a policy yet on how many committees or commissions that a person can be on?
That's a good question. We did work on a pretty extensive guiding document for committees and boards, but I don't know that we do, if you want that considered. I think it's a retreat discussion item.
I'd like to see it for retreat, please.
Honest here.
Yep, so the results of the utility commission secret ballot, Larry Garrett Senior received 3 votes, Mike Sullier received 2 votes, and there was 1 for reposting. So I will make a motion to appoint Larry Garrett Senior to the utility commission.
Second. We have a motion by Butch and a second by Missy. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item 17 on our list, and again, I think it is a retreat item for discussion because it is, we have a policy, or is it just a guiding document? It's a policy. And I think Dave's memo is a request to post. Council can approve without posting, or waiving the posting, if they so choose. Couldn't they?
The committee just simply asked that this be, that this code change be amended, just the background, it's just a self-imposed, fee increase that they need to balance their budget essentially. And so I don't think there's any urgency to it. I don't see why it could be posted for comment, and come back at another meeting. Make a motion to approve. Change chapter 7.
Are you making a motion to approve or to waive the posting and approve the recommended code
Doing
change? Because I just want to clarify, because it is an administrative burden to have our staff post out things that are really going to have not a significant impact by posting. I just want to be clear that if we want to say we can post it, but council can also consider waiving the posting and just approving the change, because the fishing committee's already agreed to this. They're the only ones we're expecting comment from.
I'd like to approve the request and also waive the posting. I'll get it on the resolution.
We have a motion by David and a second by Angie to approve the recommended changes and waive the posting for Chapter 7 Code of Law, recommended Section 7.2.11, which purely just changes the big bulk commercial license fee from $300 to $350 a year imposed by the fishing company or the fishing committee. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries.
Would that be a conforming
Resolution number, still have.
resolution 9/23/25C?
Item 18 on the agenda, we have a request from Alana to waive the gift card policy for Tree Day celebration next Monday, or Tuesday. Any questions on that? We have a motion by Angie and a second by Misty. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Any business under item 19 other?
Laura, were you going to make a motion to destroy the ballots so it's official? Or do we care? I'm destroying it when I get to my office anyway.
Yeah, just to make it noted in the minutes, I'll make a motion to go ahead and destroy the ballots that were created for the utility commission and our county.
We have a motion